But hello, Creativity Squared is in Miami during Art Basel, and I am so excited because we're at the FilmGate Interactive Immersive Festival for its 11th edition. It's one of the top immersive festivals in the entire world, and we have the executive director with us today, Diliana Alexander. So congratulations on an amazing festival, and I'd love to for you to share with our audience what makes FilmGate and this festival so special.
Of course. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me on the podcast. I have now become a big fan. So what makes it special for us is first that we introduce immersive and interactive projects to the Miami audience and the audience at large, since it happens during Miami Art Week, Art Basel. Also that we bring the top talent in immersive spaces, the most interesting and exciting technologies of the year that have been kind of accumulated into the projects, and also government agencies and funds that are interested in supporting them, with our goal being that projects are funded here, but also they meet each other, and then maybe new collaborations get formed. And every single person that comes to the festival is so exciting. You learn from them, you get inspired. So for us, this is really, really special.
I've seen the collaborations happening in real time, and it's so exciting. And I love it's an intimate space, so you really can make connections and see people. So it is very special if you can make it next year. And actually, I got to interview Will. Let me say that again. And of course, as you guys know, I interviewed Will, and next year he'll be debuting the full version of BBL Drizzy. But walk us through what all is encompassed in the festival, because it's 5 days and you do a lot. So tell us about the festival experience here in Miami.
Of course. We always start, now that we're in our 11th edition, we figured we experiment, but we also have certain things that are tradition. So we always start our opening night at the Frost Science Museum Planetarium, an incredible partner. They have allowed us to bring artistic projects into a science space, which is super, super cool. And we program dome experiences or planetarium experiences from around the world, but also this year we did a teaser of King Melonius's BBL Drizzy musical dome experience, knowing that this is going to be the first artistic Miami dome experience, and FilmGate is behind it too, so we will be supporting it with resources, variety of resources and funding. And then we always finish in a very Miami style, so our award ceremony happens on a sunset cruise. So it's incredible to have everybody happy. They have accomplished what they wanted to do, presented their projects, and then they kind of are trapped on the boat for four hours and cement those friendships. So yes, it's a very intimate experience, but quality over quantity, and everybody becomes fast friends.
I love it. I missed the memo on the scheduling because this happened kind of fast, but next year I will be on that cruise for sure. And okay, so tell us, you've got the planetarium, the market. What are the actual activities around Miami too that you guys have here?
Absolutely. We have, this year, we limited the amount of experiences, so we focused on 10 complete immersive experiences. We wanted more people to see them, and we wanted to be really highly selective. So some of the projects are premiere, and then some of the projects are actually winners of South by Southwest, or Venice. So these are, as a head curator, these are the top, my favorite projects that are brought here. And it's this year's also really exciting because I think 80% of the projects are female driven, so by female directors. I didn't mean it to be that way, but maybe it's because of our theme of rewilding and reconnecting the human spirit back to nature. I love that women are creating in that space. We also, for the first year ever, we are launching North America's first market. It's actually happening right now, immersive market. So 15 projects from around the world are pitching at the market to funds, to collaborators, to cultural institutions, especially Miami ones, hoping that these projects we will at some point support to have them in their full experience here, but anywhere else in the world. And then we, for the first time ever, also launched an AI experimentation with 7 artists. And we created a public installation that's happening in this building. So it's outside, it's an LED screen that wraps the building. So everybody in Miami can actually experience it. We want more public art and more public immersive art. It's really difficult, it's very expensive. So we actually got to play on this amazing building. And that was really thoughtful of the Paramount and the Miami World Center to let us do that.
And I've been really impressed with really everything, the content, the people, the talent, and the artworks. And another thing is how conscientious you are of involving the First Peoples and the content and making sure not only their perspective, but we're seeing their art and their narrative and even pushback on the theme itself. So can you tell us a little bit about how you came to the theme and the intentionality behind the people in the room too?
Absolutely. And I thought that was fantastic that our keynote speaker, William Osceola, who's representing the Miccosukee tribe of Indians, and he is an elected official for them, pushed back on the theme of rewilding, saying, well, that could be problematic because, and these are the kind of conversations that we want to encourage. And I think that's what a curator really wants, is to place a theme and to create conversations around it, and not just praise around them, but really meaningful and deep conversations. We started working with the Canadian government and then also our local partners, the Miccosukees and filmmakers that we work in the Miccosukee tribe of Indians, because we wanted to bring First People creators, so Indigenous, First Nations, First People, including also Innu, to bring them to Miami and to introduce them to creators from the tribes here. We want to be just empowerers. We probably mess up. We definitely don't want it to be a tokenization, but we do hope that creative projects emerge and more of these conversations and a point of view it's being brought to the festival and to different creators.
I know I learned a lot, and I really appreciate that programming. So tell us, how did you get connected with Will, or King Willonius? How did that come to be? Because he talks about a lot of the interview was about manifesting. So how did this happen where he ended up at the festival in a dream space of doing a planetarium work? So can you share that story with us?
Of course. Will is our one of kind of like an ideal creator. This is what we want to do with a lot of the traditional filmmakers actually in South Florida. We represent them as an organization. So South Florida is very much focused on traditional film, or we call it flatties in immersive. But Will started as a traditional filmmaker, and he's also a comedian. And then he dove into technology, especially during the pandemic, and started playing with AI. So we've been watching him as a FilmGate member go from making a short film, a pilot for a TV show, and now creating immersive experiences and blowing up. So we are huge fans, obviously. Also, he's been in kind of in the family for maybe now 10 years. So when we found out that, we invited him to speak about AI and creativity at the planetarium, one of our planetarium events. And then we said, well, do you want to do a dome experience? Because this would be an incredible, first it's Miami, second, it's deep because it engages a lot of conversations around hip hop, but it's also viral because it's the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar controversy. And it's also utilizing generative AI and what's happening now by really smart, beautiful creator. So all of it kind of aligned.
I love that. And this festival reflects and embraces so much innovation and the boundary pushing, and everyone's learning from each other. Like one of the immersive panels earlier was like the panelists on stage were learning from the other experiment. So that was really special. So if you want the audience to remember one thing about the festival, what would that one thing be about the festival that you'd like them to walk away with?
That anybody can be a creator with especially the democratization of technology that's happening right now. You can come and explore it, and you can meet a lot of people that you can collaborate with and learn from. So don't just experience, but also create. I think creativity would be one of the points that saves the humanity, I feel, because we are on this verge of will we continue existing as we are or at all? And that's a dark conversation that we also kind of weaved into the festival. We sugarcoated it a lot with a lot of fun, and then hopefully that was a message that was taken away as well. So yes, come and create with us and play. Come play with us. That's kind of
on playing in the playground of possibility. Come play. It's in Miami. Have fun. So thank you so much for having us here. It's such an honor. And this is my first time at FilmGate, and it definitely will not be my last time. So thank you, Diliana.
I can't wait to have you back. And come create with us in the playground of possibilities.
Amazing. Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, we got it. That was great.